Hi everybody, it's Alan here. I'm going to just start, maybe it'll be a thread, who knows, TV related records. I don't think anyone's ever shown them, not as a theme anyway. We always show soundtracks of films and I mean I've shown some of these before because, you know, why not? But anyway, if you want to jump in, that'd be fantastic, because it's actually surprising how many you've got, and I've left a few out. Things have come to mind like the banana splits and stuff. But anyway, you know, be interesting to see what you've got. Here's BBC space themes, Blake 7, Doctor Who, Sky at Night. It actually even has Tomorrow's World on here. That's a nice little record. And there's all the spaceships, the Liberator, TARDIS, the Enterprise, and the Moonlander. Fantastic. There's an obvious one. The Monkeys, with the theme from the Monkeys. Just fun, all-round fun program. And look at them. You know, that summed it up really. That summed the program up. Just how happy it kind of makes everyone feel. Fantastic. I'm going to race through some of these. Anyway, another BBC one. These are in no order, as usual. Look, this is BBC Records and Tapes, Volume 13. There were a lot of these. Sound effects, death and horror. So you can see there's a lot of sound effects which I've been using in the programs. The guillotine for 4 seconds, arm chopped off, head chopped off, sawing chopped off, head off, sorry, leg chopped off, neck twisted and broken, stake driven through the heart, branding iron on flesh, red hot poker into the eye, nails hammered into flesh. You name it, it's all on here. Before you get to the monsters and animals, which is mad gorillas and howling wolves, etc. Hellhound panting. I'm just going to read a few more of these. Creaking doors and grave digging. Assorted creepy creaks. Portcullis closing. Musical effects and footsteps. You know, Phantom of the Opera organ sounds. Ghostly piano sounds. Vocal effects and heartbeats. Male strangulation. What have we got here? Heavy breathing. Lunatics laughing. Human heartbeats. Electronic heartbeats. You've got weather, atmospheres and bells, thunderclaps, rain and distant thunder, eerie wind, cathedral bell, tolling, Dr. Jekyll's lab, you know. And a lot of stuff on there, and it's quite fun. Anyway, this is a great record. This is Leonard Nimoy, Mr. Spock's Music from Outer Space. Now, he did a couple of, maybe more actually, albums where he's sort of crooning through. This is just genius, this record. This is classic, absolutely classic, because it's got, you know, the theme from Star Trek, Alien. He's got some of spoken word bits over musical backing. Twinkle, twinkle, little Earth. I'm telling you, this is really brilliant. Music to watch space girls by. So there's 2 or 3 instrumentals on here, but it's got that kind of kitsch 60s feel, and the production is fantastic. And they're just wonderful kitsch songs, but they are just, there's something about this record, it's just brilliant from start to finish. A Visit to a Sad Planet is a really nice ending. You got Mission Impossible on here as well, where no man has gone before, you know. Just, you have got to listen to this record if you don't know it. Seriously. Related, I was trying to find other ones, I couldn't. This is a Star Trek. Most of this is dialogue. You got Inside Star Trek, William Shatner meets Captain Kirk, the origin of Spock. You know, this is a real geek fest. Nowadays, of course, all this information is just freely available on the internet. But it's interesting to hear the actual actors talking about their roles and talking about, there's a lot of kind of waxing lyrical and the ideas about science and what science will bring in the future. And as the Star Trek dream at the end here sort of sums it up, kind of what they envisaged the future would be like and how they were going to try and incorporate that into the program. So it's quite interesting in places. There's a little bit of musical backing to that. Okay, I've shown it before. Up above the trees and houses, rainbow climbing high. Who can beat it? No one. No one can beat that as a theme tune for a children's programme. There it is. Wonderful. And somewhere here, of course, the single. Unusually not coloured in, with a lovely Windy Day track on the B-side. Okay. Ooh, let's keep in a slightly... I'm just going over a place here, who cares? Here's International Rescue, Thunderbird 2 in the episode End of a Road, and Thunderbird 1 Trapped in the Sky. It's a nice old mono record from Century 21. It's a real weighty bit of vinyl, that. And of course there's loads of EPs. That's the hardest one to get, Brains and Tintin. Lady Penelope and Barker, that's a classic, isn't it? Is it possible to fall in love with a puppet? Marina Speaks, Thunderbird 2, Trip to Marineville. Probably got a couple more somewhere, I don't know. Just get rid of those. In the 60s still, one of my all-time favourite soundtracks, themes, is The Avengers. And this is hard to find, the Laurie Johnson one. You find other people doing it, it's not the same. So I had to get this, because it has the Laurie Johnson Orchestra. But it also has Spies for Power Game and The Fugitive. And that's another great theme tune. That's a lovely little thing on Pi. Oh, where are we going with these? I don't know. Another, for me, another great comedy that just gets better every time I watch it. You know, you get so familiar with this stuff, but Whatever Happened to the Likely Lads, and this is a theme tune. And it's great. You know, it's a really good song on its own, because it's not just the theme tune that everyone knows, but there's also other parts to it. It's got a really kind of nostalgic, melancholy feel. Wonderful. Okay, right, where are we going? 80s cartoon with the inimitable Kenneth Williams voicing the stories and all the characters for Will-o'-the-Wisp. US people probably don't know a lot of this stuff. Classic, Evil Edna. The TV, you see, was evil. And in those days it was always a bit more, like, even with Zappa, and people always say about how bad TV was. But could it really be bad when it produced Basil Brush? No, it couldn't. Yes, I showed it recently, and I don't care. Oh my goodness. This is a really good record, I am saying it again. That is a really good nostalgia fest. It's just brilliant. The wonderful, wonderful songs on here. And I'm not joking. Really good. Alright, there then. See if I can get this. This is a promo, or demo I should say, of A Friend Like Me by Emu, which is Rod Hull and Emu. For those in America who do not know, there they are. With that bird, it used to have all sorts of special guests on the show and just drive them crazy. He never spoke, so he just used to pull his face and grab people's faces and necks and all sorts and just be a complete pain. Classic. But you see, this is A Friend Like Me, and this is sung in a really high-pitched voice, like helium voice. So it's supposed to be Emu singing. Now I don't know exactly, I can't remember when Emu actually sort of came onto the TV, but maybe originally he was supposed to have a voice. And I suppose he perhaps was a ventriloquist dummy of sorts on stage before he hit the TV, but on TV never made a noise. So perhaps Rod Hull wasn't very good, and he might have been showing up on TV with his mouth moving, who knows. But anyway, look, here's Back to the Monkeys, Metal Mickey, Silicon Chip, This was a classic TV program, wasn't it? With Irene Handel. I mean, this was just genius. When you actually watch some of these back, the lines, some of the comedy was just unbelievable. This has unfortunately never been re-released on DVDs or anything, as far as I'm aware. But some of it's just timeless. Okay. This is for creations, making time. Now, what on earth is this doing in here? I have a moment on TV in the UK. There's obviously a lot of records and songs which are used as theme tunes. This is used as the theme for the Great Pottery Throwdown. You know, one of those contests where each week someone gets booted out until a final, making pots and sculptures and all sorts of stuff. And this is used as the theme tune. This is a classic, isn't it? I could have picked a record up the day before lockdown. I should have done for a quid. Just something about that wonderful theme tune and this just it's preposterous in a lot of ways. You know, all these different highbrow murders and stuff, all based on kind of classics and stuff. But hey, this to me is just a wonderful, wonderful piece of music. And every time you hear it, you just know it's Barrington Thelong. Every time you hear anything by him, actually, there's some wonderful incidental music on here used throughout the program of Inspector Morse. Lovely stuff. Okay, just a few left. Just show these a couple of things, because why am I showing these? Street Level is just a punk comp. Street Sounds, you know, why am I showing? Because up in the top corner, as seen on TV. And at the time, of course, that was a kind of, it was a subtle thing, but it was a real sort of cachet to it. You know, if you saw something on TV, advertised on TV, it sort of had a sort of sense of it being good, or somehow, you know, it was more desirable, really. It was like there was something about it. When it says as seen on TV, it kind of you know, it went up a notch, sort of thing, just subtly in the subconscious. I suppose that's the power of advertising. Because in the day, of course, you know, a lot of people wouldn't have been able to afford to put anything on TV as in adverts. But this, you know, fantastic. This is a really good compilation. You know, it's on Ronco. It really got me into. I was getting into punk anyway, but this was just classic, and I always had a thing for the girl. Even at that tender age. Anyway, 2 or 3 things left here. And John Ketley is a Weatherman by a Tribe of Toffs. Now this is sort of like a punky Mickey taking single, really. He didn't really take kindly to it, although it doesn't really say anything bad about him. It's just a really good, fun track, really. It's a really fantastic little song. You know, once you heard it, you won't get it out of your head. It's just a fantastic, you know, I'm not going to go breaking into this one as well. But yeah, fantastic. Just because he's a weatherman on the BBC. It says John Ketley is a weatherman, and so is Michael Fish, one of the lyrics. Right, 2 left. Sublime. Perhaps the greatest TV program of all time. And it's got to be up there in the top 10, surely. Absolute masterpiece of programming. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And the last episode, you know, you're sobbing at the end. And you're Heart of Stone. Lovely, lovely stuff. Yeah, what can you say? This obviously starts with a little help from my friends, used as the main opening tune. Joe Cocker's version, of course. Brilliant, just brilliant use of a song for a theme tune. This program, you all know it, it's just quality. And finally, you got to end on the best. This record is actually quite good. She's actually a pretty good singer. In America, this was the front cover. Madness, absolute madness. And it doesn't really even look like it. And this was the back cover. we Brits, we know a thing or two about how to, to sell records, I'm sure. This would not have got very far at all. That, on the other hand, was probably kind of just snapped off the shelves. But anyway, there she is, and we all know that's Wonder Woman. So if you want to jump on board, that'd be fantastic. I think that's everything, just clutter everywhere here. And thanks for that, and I'll see you all later.